dear devotees and friends. Today I'm a little late, I'm sorry, because just now I have returned back from the Washington DC and got ready and came over here. And we will be discussing about Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra, because we are celebrating the Ram Navami all over, and this Rama, who is the embodiment of all happiness. So let us begin with this stotra. Yashya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate Namastasmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. Just by mere remembering, one may get the liberation, that is the Vishnu. The Hindu tradition says that this Lord Vishnu, who is the creator, sustainer, and also dissolving the whole creation, sometimes he takes the form, human form, and comes down to this earth in his own creation to help the humankind. Sri Ramachandra, he is also an incarnation of Bhagavan Sri Vishnu. But immediately after the Satya Yuga, when the creation, after the creation it was divided into 4 divisions: Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. And immediately after the Satya Yuga, it was necessary for the God to come down. Why? Because, as we read in the Bhagavata, when the creation was going on, and the Brahma, who was creating, and he was given the 3 gunas, Sattva, Raja, Tama, with those 3 gunas, applying those 3 gunas he was creating. In the beginning it was all right, because majority of the created being were having the Sattva guna, and that was the Satya Yuga. In the Satya Yuga, all the rishis and the great 4 brothers, Narada, all great personalities, so there was no problem. Then Narada increased the Rajaguna and decreased little Sattva guna and created. And then came the Ravana, Bali, and all powerful people, egoistic people, and there, everywhere, the problem started. And he became afraid. He thought, what will happen? And then Tamaguna also started increasing. So that time, Brahma started crying. And he started praying to the Supreme Lord, the Lord, what will happen? Because I think I am not able to control all this power that you have given to me. And I think I have not done the justice to the creation. Now, it is impossible for me to control this type of beings that I have created. Then he found the God said to him, there is no problem. I myself will go down and then make things all right. In the Bhagavata we find that first time the Lord is coming as Sri Ramachandra. And he was the joy to that family. In that family, it is said that first was Khattanga. This Khattanga, very powerful Kshatriya. He was the Khattanga, and Khattanga's son was Dirghabahu. Dirghabahu means long hand. And Dirghabahu's son was very famous, Raghu. And that's why it says the Raghu Vamsha. And from Raghu came the Aja, from Aja the Dasaratha, from Dasaratha Sri Rama. So this is the way the Sri Ramachandras, the family tree, if we see, it starts with the Khattanga. And this Khattanga, Dirghabahu, Raghu, Aja, Dasaratha, Sri Rama. Dasaratha, he was not having any issue, he was not having any children. So he had to pray to God. He requested the rishis. And the rishis also organized a yajna, performed a yajna, and 4 sons were born. And the first one was Sri Rama. Sri Rama, that means the Lord Vishnu himself divided into 4 parts. Also the power of the Lord, she was born as Sita, Ma Sita. It is said, the part of the porridge that was given to all the queens, 3 queens of Dasharatha, Kaushalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra, these 3 queens. Then the third one, and the second one, Kaikeyi, was not very careful about holding that, and a drop was falling. Then a bird, noticing that, and the story goes like that, it came and took that, and it was flying away. Immediately the Supreme Lord asked the Vayu, the air god, to go and take that one. He doesn't know, the bird doesn't know what it is going to eat. It will be terrible. It is the blessings of the Supreme Lord, and please go and take it. He went and took it from the bird and said, what I am going to do with this? Then the Supreme Lord told, you better go to this direction and you will find a lady, she is praying on the top of a hill. Give it to her. And that Vayu carried that one, gave that to that lady. She was Anjana, and she gave birth to Mahabir, Hanumanji. So Vayu Putra, the Vayu Putra means the son of the Vayu, as because the Vayu, the air god, took that porridge and gave it to her, so by that way. The Hanumana is also having the same power, I should not say in that way, but the same blessings as Sri Rama. And that is the reason we will find that it says that all the names of all the 4 brothers and Hanuman Sameta Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. So all 4 brothers we can understand. Why Hanumana? Because Hanumana was also related to the same blessings. He also comes from the same brother. So this is the family. Now Sri Ramachandra. And it was a great joy for the whole family because of the Rama. Goswami Tulsidas ji, in a wonderful way, the Goswami is explaining how the Sri Ramachandra was giving them, each and every one, the joy. Because the Rama was the God, and God is nothing but joy, happiness. If we notice our desires, the human desires, always we go for the joy, the happiness. We never search for misery. No one searches for the misery. Oh, I will go and have little suffering. No one will do that. Each and every one, whatever they do it for the happiness, for the joy. Why? Because the source, the creation is joy, the happiness. What is God realization? The extreme happiness. We reach to that and we realize that. What is the heaven? Is a place of joy. All religion, all philosophy, they say like that. And when that joy, the embodiment of joy, the happiness, the bliss, comes in the form of human being, whoever goes to him, they get that joy, happiness. Goswami Tulsidas ji, he is depicting a beautiful picture that a little child and running, and the mother is chasing the baby as if to hold him and take him on her lap. So by that way Goswami Tulsidas ji is depicting. Usually, in almost all households, the mother and the son, they play like this. And Goswami ji is writing, ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र पायल जन जनया. I'm forgetting the words. Tumak chalat Ramachandra. That baby Ram is running and it is jingling and the sound, so beautiful sound is coming because the anklets that he is wearing. And the mother is chasing Ramachandra. The Devi, that she is the queen of the king Dasharatha. Not only that, the brothers were very happy. All the 4 brothers, they were so happy. They all used to love Sri Ramachandra. And the gurus also, all the teachers, they were so happy when the Rama was with them. He was so obedient, so intelligent. Everything he used to do. Now remember, when he was only 13, 14 years old, then the Guru Vasishtha, Vishwamitra came. And Vishwamitra told, you should come along with me to help me to fight against the Rakshasas, some bad people who were disturbing the processes like the meditation and yajna. The father told, I will go. Well, no, your son should come. Because that was the joy. When the Rama is going, the Vishwamitra is going on, telling him about the history, about the geography, about the sociology, about the economy. He is teaching him because he will become king afterwards. Why? Because Vishwamitra himself was very powerful. And all the teachings that he gave to Sri Ramachandra, with that power Ramachandra fought against all these terrible, the Rakshasas. Why Vishwamitra did it? Because he used to love Ramachandra. And wherever he went, people started liking him, loving him. All through we find the Sri Ramachandra is loved by each and every one because he was the embodiment of love. In the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna also we find that all people, they are coming to visit the house of that priest, Shuddhirama Chattopadhyaya, to see him, this young boy. Why? Attraction. Not that just because of the baby. Even we like all these children, but this is a special type of attraction. They like to go and see. Bhagavan Sri Krishna also, he will be going and he doing some, creating problem in the neighborhood, but still all of them they used to come to see, and they will be coming to visit in the pretext of complaining against Sri Krishna, that your son has done all this, but still they will come. Why? Because the love, the attraction. When we go to the holy people, why? Sometimes the holy people, not that they are very good looking or having money or anything, but still we go to those holy people. Why? The attraction. Why attraction? The more that holiness that it comes in the mind of a person, it becomes joyful and it emanates joy, happiness. So people are attracted. And think of the God. When the God, that supreme being who is the source of all joy, became the Sri Ramachandra, how much attraction people were having. So they all used to go over there. Now only that? No. He was having all the good qualities. What is Sri Ramachandra? When we talk about Sri Rama, we must understand this. Now, Valmiki, the creator of we can say the biographer of Sri Ramachandra, he wrote everything about Sri Rama. So he was resting in his own ashrama by the side of the river. Then he got a visitor, that was Narada. Narada had the habit of visiting in different places. So he went and he sat with the Valmiki, and the Valmiki is asking him, can you please tell me, is there anyone in the present day world who is having, so in that way, I will read the Sanskrit from the original Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana. Koshmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmagyascha, kritagnyascha, sattvako, dirabrata. In the Adi Kanda, the first first and second verse, it begins with this. The Adi Kanda, the beginning of the Ramayana. The Valmiki is the first Ramayana, the composer, and then many people, they following that, they wrote Ramayana. And one very famous in India is Goswami Tulsidas ji. He wrote in a very simple Hindi, and that was became very popular in the northern part of India particularly. And many people, by mistake, they think that Ramayana is Tulsidas Ramayana. No, Tulsidas ji only imagined that he is traveling with Sri Ramachandra. But the basis was this, Valmiki. And Valmiki he was not knowing about Sri Ramachandra. He is asking, can there be any person who is having all these qualities? Kosmin sampratam loke. Sampratam means the present time, the contemporary, in our time. Is there anyone, gunavan kascha viryavan, who is noble and heroic? Noble, that is the quality. Gunavan. When you are talking, when you are behaving, you prove your nobility. And today, when we were flying back, then I'm not criticizing, just one lady, she was sitting in front of us, and she was talking and laughing so loudly as if she is in her own apartment, forgetting that all around people are sitting. And I was wondering, the next person who is sitting by her side, what will happen to him? And why is he so loud? And then I was wondering if anyone wants to go and ask her, hey, stop, you should not shout like this. And then the full throat shouting will come back, because she will fight. And when she is laughing, that much sound. Why? Because they are not noble. These behaviors they're good people, maybe, must be good people. But God bless them. But the problem is, the nobility is completely different thing. And in Ramachandra, it was from the birth. So the first thing that they're asking, one of our Swamiji used to tell, before becoming a monk, you should become a gentleman. Sometimes the monks used to come, and in our country, roughness, it was always there. If you go and mix with the monks, hey, they will be behaving very roughly. As if the monks can behave like that. As if they don't like to mix with others. But that should not be. So that's why the Ramakrishna Mission president, he became afterwards, and he used to tell the younger people, first be a gentleman, then be a monk. So this gentleness means nobility, and it was in Ramachandra. When the problem came, the one lady complained, she was a maid, and she was going on telling one of the queens, the second queen of the Dasharatha, that you must go and ask your husband, because he promised one time when you saved his life, that he will give you everything, whatever you will ask. Now this is the opportunity. Go and ask that your son, Bharata, should be the king, not the Rama. That was all right, but not that. She added and asked that Rama should be banished from here at least for 14 long years, so that your son is saved from the hands of Rama. And when the Lakshmana came to know about all this, the Lakshmana became very angry, and he told that I am going to punish that lady, I am going to kill her. The Rama told, no, never. You should not even shout before a lady. Whatever she has done, it is okay. But being a gentleman, you should behave properly. So the controlling the emotions, controlling the anger, that is the first step of the nobility. Whatever happens, we should be very quiet, calm. And first he is asking, Kosmin sampratam loke. In the present day world, when the Valmiki was there, and the Valmiki was immediately after the Satya Yuga. So naturally, most of the people, the Satya Yuga, that impression of the Satya Yuga was continuing. Even then he was asking, that means all around people were not like that. So even the Satya Treta Yuga, all these Rajaguna and Tamaguna started giving their expressions. So he is asking this. Gunavan, the noble. So when we are worshipping a god, why we are calling Sri Ramachandra as God? Because so many qualities. It's not just to say, oh, he is God, because he fought with Ravana, because he was powerful. There are so many powerful people out there. So many powerful. If you read so many histories, in the history, so many powerful people are there. But it doesn't mean that. The qualities. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, when you are meditating on any God, take the name of the God and meditate on the qualities of that particular God. Nam, Guna, Kirtana. Nam is the name of the God, Guna, the qualities of that particular, and then Kirtana, you go on remembering that, so that you imbibe those qualities. Religion is nothing but transformation. And the transformation for the much better and better. Swami Vivekananda said, you were all animals, and now you have become human, and your goal is to become God. Chile poshu hoiyacho mano ekhon devota hoite hoibe. In Bengali he said. So that way you have to become, you have to transform yourself as God. And what is God? What is the difference between God and human being? This smallness and greatness. So he said, Gunavan, noble, Kascha, and, Cha means and, Viryavan, heroic. And here the heroic means majority of the good people, they are timid people. Oh, now we don't like to go and protest against these. We don't like to go and do this and that. They'll be always very timid. They'll be keeping themselves away. No. That's why Swamiji said, aggressive goodness. What is good, that also should come forward and say, hey, this is the thing. And that way, when some people are coming and doing good aggressively, all around people are doing wrong, I am somehow closing my door and window and surviving. It's not the sign of goodness. So Viryavan, he must be heroic. And he knows he has the capacity to lead the people, to convert the people, to inspire people. So that is called heroism. So it says the Gunavan kascha Viryavan, then Dharmagyascha. What is the dharma? Righteousness, of course. Dharma means righteousness. But at the same time, the duties. What are the duties of the human being? As a son or a daughter, then as a responsible person, husband, wife, father, mother, and like this, whatever position that you are having, you should have that responsibility. That is also dharma. You should know when I should do what. In our training in the Ramakrishna mission, when you become the ordained to this order, you are supposed to go and bow down before the seniors, even a 1 year senior. Why? Because you should be humble before them. And before our President Maharaj or the Guru Maharaj, we never talk loudly. We never sit on the same level. And we never behave in such a way that walking in this way or asking things, or raising our voice and talking like that. Never ever. Why? That is the control. And that he is asking, dharmagyascha. Before the parents, the children should not behave like that. Before the teachers, the students should not behave like that. And before the gurus, of course, they should be very humble. And that is dharmagyascha. The dharma they know. Sometimes some people, the elderly people, they miss the words. when they are saying something, they miss the word, doesn't mean that you have to laugh before that. Hey, it doesn't, not like that. So this is the way we have to learn. And the dharma and the righteousness means, suppose something is going to happen, if I tell the lies, then I will get the support of some powerful people. But no, I should not. I should not do that. That is called dharma. I must behave properly, and for that one should know how they should do. Kritagnyascha. This is the word, the gratefulness. If a human being is not grateful, then he is not a human. So I always say, and following Swami Vivekananda, that the human means they're having two legs, and one is the faith, and another is gratefulness. Faith, Shraddha, and Kritagata, in two Sanskrit words, Shraddha is the faith. Faith in the teachings of the gurus or the scripture, and faith in oneself. That is the first quality of a human being. If I don't have faith in myself, whatever may be the training or teaching, the instructions, there will be nothing. I won't be able to be successful. So one should be very careful. Am I really having faith in myself? Do I know that I will be able to do it? That confidence, it is not ego, but confidence that I will be able to do it. That is called the first faith. Shraddha. Swami Vivekananda said again and again, you should be Shraddhavan. And when the Sri Ramachandra, the Lakshmana was worried that what will happen, Sita was abducted by the very powerful king, very powerful Ravana. In those days, Ravana was the most powerful person. Even the gods were afraid of him. And he snatched the only car that was having. The car means it is short of a helicopter, we can say, that it's to fly. Only very rich person, the Kubera, he was having that. And Ravana went, as the bullies they always do, they will go and show the gun and take your car. And like that, he took away that one. And that Kubera, he was related with Ravana, some brothers, and he told him what to do, I cannot fight with Ravana. So Ravana was very powerful, and all the kings were afraid of him. This Ravana abducted the Sita. And naturally, the brother, the Lakshmana, he was thinking how to fight against the Ravana. We must have some friends who are very powerful. So together we will go and fight against them. Alone we won't be able to. So he was telling Rama, instead of the Sugriva, there were two brothers. They were also kings. The Sugriva, and we better go and have developed friendship with Bali. Bali is more powerful than the Sugriva. Rama told, no, Bali is not a good person. Bali is not a good person. I don't like to take the help of Bali. Sugriva is all right. And Sugriva, when he will become the king, he will have his own power and his own forces. It will be all right. But Lakshmana was not very much confident on the Sugriva. He told, Sugriva is not that powerful. Then the Rama said, do you think I depend on them? I'm just taking their help. If I need, see the confidence, it's not ego. If I want, I can go and kill the Ravana as the people they kill the ants. That easy is for me. That is called the confidence. You say that dharmagascha kritagascha, that he is having the tremendous confidence in him, and he is mentioning in that way. And kritagya, why kritagya? Anyone helping, you must remember it. And that is the reason the human being should be the one person. He came over here and he was telling Swamiji, I am going back to India and you should also come back to India. Why? Suddenly what happened to you? No, I was here for 35, 40 years. I came as a student, I learned and then earned, and now I am going back. It is not a good country, you better come back. Achha. Now you have purchased a big house over there in India, right? Yeah. And the money you earned from here, right? Yes. And the knowledge that you utilized from here, right? Yes. and you got everything from here, you are blaming this country and people. You are not a good human person. You are not a good human being. You must be kritagya. The kritagyascha. You see, this is the problem. I was born over there, that is good. I am always grateful to my motherland, the country where I was born. But that doesn't mean that I have to criticize where I came, I learned, I earned, and that money I am utilizing to be comfortable over there and blaming them. These are not good people. So they're educated people. As an engineer, after the retirement he is going back, but this is the idea. And he thinks that he is a religious person. Wrong. The kritagyascha. Look at this. Sometimes we think religion means go to the temple or to the church or to the mosque or to the synagogue and that is all right. No. Religion means understanding clearly. Every day, every moment, everything that we are, how we are behaving, that is religion. It is a transformation. And through the life of Sri Ramachandra, we find everything. He was kritagya. Why? Because someone someday helped him. And that's why when he was leaving, he went to a person. It was a very low type of work he used to do, like the burning the dead bodies or selling the meats and then helping the people to cross the river, like that type of work. But Rama went and told, he's my friend. Why? Someday he helped him. So he went and embraced. Someone helped his father, a group of people, and he was kritagya. My father was saved and helped by these people. So I must be grateful to these people. So this is called human mind. Human being should be grateful in that way. The kritagyascha, dharmagyascha, kritagyascha, sattavako, and he was faithful. Whenever he will say something, he must keep that. Sattavako. Once I have said, I must keep it. And that is that goes in that Ramayana. It says, Raghukula riti sadachali aaye, pranayau baru bachan na jaye. That's a great word. Those who are the worshippers of Sri Ramachandra, at least they should follow this. That will be sufficient. We sometimes are confused about the religion, what religion we should practice. Keep your word, that will be sufficient. And when you are taking an office, you are taking the oath that I am going to do this, do that. Keep that oath, that will be sufficient for your dharma. That will be sufficient. When you are marrying, there also you are taking the oath, these are the things I will follow. That will be sufficient. So keeping the word, that is called the oath that we take. The vows that we take, we must keep that. And that is called dharma. When Ramachandra entered into the forest and he was meeting different rishis, and he was telling, talking to them, a group of rishis, they came and told Rama, you are the Kshatriya Veera, you are the hero of the Kshatriyas. And some of the people around us, they are constantly disturbing. So can you please help us? Now the problem, again and again, I am reminding Satya Yuga and Treta Yuga. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. In Treta Yuga, still lot many people, they used to meditate, they used to research how to develop the human soul, human mind, and many other things. The schools were there. When the Ramachandra is visiting and moving around the forest, so many monks were there, rishis, not monks, rishis were there, schools were there. Students used to go and study over there. It is not just the forest, they were there. Ramachandra going and meeting, the Lakshmana was lamenting, oh, you have accepted this, and 14 years we will be in the jungle, there will be no comfort and all that. He said, think about it. Suppose you are a king. What is the duty of a king? Morning you are coming and people will be singing about you, and then after a good breakfast you will come and sit, and there will be different type of problems and you are solving. Again, the same thing next day, next day, next day. Is this life? Now, if you are here in the jungle, we'll be able to meet so many good people, the rishis. We'll be discussing about different things. We'll learn so many things. Then in the jungle, we can live happily and with liberty. But as a king, you cannot do like that. You have a lot of responsibilities. So we will be very happy in the jungle. So he was taking that exile as a very happily, so he was enjoying that. So this Ramachandra, he told, okay, sir, you need not to request me, I have heard, and I will take care of it. Those who are disturbing you, I will punish them. Now Sita, she was near, and she told Rama, you are no more king now. At least for coming 14 years, you are not the king. So it is not your duty, your brother will do. Your brother is the king, send him the message, let the rishis go to him, and he will take care of it. Why you are, and then unnecessarily you are fighting against those people who are not your enemies. Then the Rama said, you are correct, but what to do? I have given the word, and I have to keep the word. As because I have given the word that I will protect them, I will protect them. And the same argument he said when he killed Bali, and Bali was taken aback because, and it was, they were not knowing about the bow and arrow. The Bali and Sugriva, that clan, they used to fight just wrestling, and they'll be throwing stones, or maximum they'll be using the sticks and like that. But they were not aware of the developed, the archeries and all this, and Rama was having that. So he, from the distance, he killed. And then the Bali was telling, why you have killed me? Because I don't have any enmity with you. I never saw you again. Why you are fighting with me? The Rama told, no, I have given the word to your brother that if anyone is attacking him, it will be attacking on me, and I will fight for him. So I have given the word. I am keeping my word. So keeping the word, of course, sometimes some people will say this is a very weak argument. The Ram should not have killed Bali in that way, but there is a debate is there. But Rama always kept the promises. The Satyavaka, Dridhabrata, determined. Whatever he will do, he will do. Once he takes the decision, he will take the decision. Now we are discussing that the Valmiki, the Rishi, he wanted to know, is there one person, single person, who is having all these qualities? And it goes on, Atmavan ko jita krodha, Dutiman ko anasuyakaha, kasya bibhyati devascha, jata roshascha samyuge, in the Adi Parva, and then another 2 verses. So 1 to 4, these are the 4 verses, are the question. Atmavan, self-confident. Ko jita krodha, who has controlled the anger. Now some people, they are angry, and when they are angry, they behave in a different way. But it is not anger. When the person is going to fight, he's not going with that. Once in the Bangladesh, when that Indian soldiers were going to help them, and that was the thing that the then Prime Minister told them, you are going to help them, not to torture them or kill them. When they go for fighting, the soldiers are given all this freedom. They can go and kill, they can take the decision. That's why all these tortures. But the Indira Gandhi told, no, they are our friends, our neighbors. So we are going to help them. So you should not behave in such a way. And they restrained. That was the wonderful thing. The soldiers, they restrained themselves in that way. Jita krodha. You must have noticed that the mob is throwing stones, abusive languages are used, and they will be behaving in such a way. But the police personnel, they're also human beings from the same group, but they will be waiting for the decision that will come down from the top. And they will never behave erratically. Why? This is the difference. The one must be self-control, jita krodha. Otherwise, that human cannot become the developed human person. Dutiman, he must be handsome. So this Dutiman, handsome means not only in physics, but at the same time in his behavior also. And ko anasuyaka, forgiver. If someone says, I'm sorry, immediately he'll say, okay, for that control should be there. Kasta vibhati devascha jataroshascha samyugi. And sometimes some people, when they see that a good person, and they will go on torturing on him, bullying on him. Well, the good person. But that's why the last word that the Valmiki is asking, is it that when he becomes angry, even the gods become afraid of him? That means that personality. That when they stand up, the person stand up, even the gods are afraid. Otherwise, he is very calm and he is very nice person. But when he becomes angry, so these are all qualities he is asking. Samyuge, in the present day time, is there any person like that? Then the Narada is giving the reply. This is also Adi Kanda, and I have taken only 4 lines. It is from 1st to 18. He is going on giving the description of a person, and that afterwards they will introduce, this is Ramachandra. He says, Vishnuna sadrisho birye. You were asking about the might, about the power is like the Vishnu. If you compare, he's giving the comparison. Like the Vishnu, he was powerful, birye. Somapat priya darshana. And in beauty, he is like the moon. Kalagni sadrisha krodhe. And in anger, he is like the fire. And Shamaya, Prithvi Shama. Prithvi means this earth. And when he is forgiver, he is just like that. So many people are behaving so many ways, and he goes on giving them forgiveness. This is the Ramachandra. So when we are remembering Ramachandra, every year we celebrate the Janmatiti, the birth of Sri Ramachandra. And this Ramachandra doesn't mean only Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, the people will do, and they will have the laddus and they'll have the prasad and they forget. In reality, why we celebrate the birthday? Everyone, particularly children, they are so happy. My happy birthday, they will be telling. Not only birthday, happy birthday, that is a joyful day, it's okay. Now, what for? Just because you were born? No. You have to develop the qualities. That is the birthday. And that particular birthday, people are supposed to talk about him or her. So, of course, up to 5, 6 years or 10 years, it's okay. But then they should analyze. What have you done? What are the things you have done? The great personalities, the great people, the leaders, and they should be they should analyze what are the things that he has done or she has done. That is the birthday. When we are celebrating the Ramachandra, that birthday, we must remember these are the good qualities Sri Ramachandra was having. And we should also develop these qualities. And Sri Ramachandra, he was such a great personality, and he used to love his brother. But look at it. And he is a politician after all. And he was a king. So when his brother came to meet him with all the people, all the mothers and the ministers and all the soldiers, and he came to meet in the forest, the first Rama told, why you have brought all these people, disturbing the forest life, and how they will go for food, who will be supplying the food? And moreover, when you people are leaving the place, who is going to clean? Because so many thousands of people will be there, and they will be camping over there for a few days, and after the meeting, when they are going back, the litters will be everywhere. Who is going to clean that? That was the concern of the Sri Rama. You must give me the word that when you are leaving, you should give it back as it was. Keep things clean. That is Ramachandra. No emotion, a very practical way, and concerned about the place. It was not Rama's place, it was just jungle. But still, he was so much concerned. Then he told, "Come, sit with me. Forget about my returning. I am not going to return because I have given the word and you know me. Once I give the word, I never take it back. The father has passed away. The mother who was insisting that you should be go on exile, she is also praying. Now please come back." We don't know. Forget about that. Now tell me, you are my brother. You are looking after the kingdom. Do you have good people of your own who will be giving the correct information about what is going on in the country to you? As a king, this is most important, to get the right information. What happens whenever you are in power, all around you the people will come who will be giving you all wrong information, and the behavior will be such a way, and you will think, "Oh, these are my best friends and best people, they love me," but wrong. They will go on giving you all information, but which will actually take you in a wrong direction, and all the decisions will be wrong. Majority of the great leaders, the failure, because they were not having the proper people to give him the proper information. Raja karnena pashyati, it says. The king sees not through eyes, through the ear. Because king cannot reach. So he listens, and if you are not giving the right information, the decision will be wrong. Here he is asking his brother, "Do you have that?" And then he is telling, "What about the taxes? Do you collect taxes properly? Because how the kingdom will run? You need money. The taxes should be properly taken. And it should not. In those days, at the time of Ramachandra, you should have the proper tax system. So the people are not much praised. But tax are necessary. Without that, you won't be able to run the country. Then you must be very, very careful about 4 people," he said. The first is the priest. Because the priest is always moving everywhere. Because the king's priest, naturally, the people, they will be giving the respect to him, and he goes inside and mixing with the other ladies, queens, and with all people. He may be dangerous. He may be carrying different words or passing different information. Have an eye on him. See, this is Ramachandra. He is telling that you must be very careful about the priest and always watch him, what he is doing. Second, the minister, you can say, because that minister, being the top of all other ministers, he may behave in such a way that he is the person, and slowly he will isolate you from the other people. Be very, very careful about it. Look at it, so practical. When the President of America, the advisors, if they give wrong advices, then what will happen? Wrong information, then what will happen? If he is not getting the proper idea to take, his one decision means that all things may change. I was hearing I'm not naming, one of the presidents. He became very angry and he asked that we are going for the war. Then one of the advisors, he immediately called all the people not to take any decision. He drank a lot in the evening, so don't take decisions seriously. Next morning we will think about it. And next morning when he became sober, then he told, "Sir, what decision you are taking? It will be tremendous, terrible." The decision was changed. These are called advisors. So Ramachandra is inquiring from his brother, Bharata, do you have this type of people around you, good people? And he is also asking that be careful about the people working for you. Now he is telling you should not be very close to them. The people washing your clothes or giving the food or doing these things, personal things they are doing, they should not be very close to you. At the same time, they should have the feeling that I can go to the person and can tell something. You will get correct information from them. So these are the wonderful teachings Sri Ramachandra. That's why Raja Ram. Raja means the king. The king doesn't mean, when they say the Raja, he is the best among all the people of that particular country. Raja is the first person. President is the first citizen of that particular country. Why? He must be having all these qualities. So when we read the Ramayana, it is the path of Sri Ramachandra. It is not only the religion. If you read the whole Ramayana, there is not a single word the Rama said. In those days it was not necessary. He never said, go and sit for meditation. No. Krishna told, much afterwards. But the Rama said, behave properly, because human society was taking shape. Everything was there, but they were not knowing who will do what. So Ramachandra, the God, came as an avatar, an incarnation, was shaping the human society. What should be the relation between the brothers, between the teacher and the taught, and the father and the son? Like all these relations, he was fixing. And he was giving the all ideas. I will conclude. Look at it, the Rama's clear views. There was one lady, the Indra, he misbehaved with that lady. The lady couldn't understand that it is Indra, because Indra came in the form of her husband, Gautama. The Gautama Muni, the Indra dressed like that, and he came, and then naturally she also could not recognize that Indra has come in that form. My husband has come, so she went with him. Then afterwards, when her husband came, noticed that, I told, no, I cannot accept you as my wife because you went with another person. But wait, you have to wait for Sri Ramachandra. When he will come, and he will say that it is not your fault, then only I will accept you as my wife. The Gautama Muni is a great thinker. He was depending on Rama's decision. Can you imagine in those days? The young boy. And much afterwards, this Ramachandra went over there, and the Ahalla, there's a famous name, and they always depict the Ahalla became a stone. It's not. Because of the insult, she stopped talking, she stopped mixing with people, she was hiding in one corner of the room. That is called like a stone she was leaving. And the Rama came, heard this story, blessed the Allah, and said, no, it is not your fault. Indra should be punished. So this is called the clear idea, clear views. Afterwards, what happened to our society? Anywhere, any weakness, immediately so-called our society leaders, they blame the women. They stone them to death. And so many tortures are going on. And we are worshippers of Ramachandra? No, it is a shame. We have to understand, Sri Rama means these wonderful ideas, broadness, knowledge, and Purushakara. Purushakara means tremendous confidence. Till death, no problem for me. His wife passed away. His brother, the great Lakshmana, he also left. But still he told, no, I have to go on continuing as long as I survive, because I am Ramachandra. He was depending on himself and never ever adjusted with any weakness. So when we are remembering Sri Ramachandra, the God, at the same time, we should remember one day, someday, we should also be like him. So that will be our great puja or worship to Sri Ramachandra. Thank you, friends. If there are any question?
Yes, ma'am. So Gaurav Ray Mandal is asking, what is the difference between meditation and concentration? Should both be practiced by students?
Meditation, concentration. So in meditation, you become that object. When you are concentrating on one object, you are concentrating. Suppose you are concentrating on a form of God, say Krishna. So when you are concentrating on that form of God, that is called concentration. You are pulling the mind from all other things and focusing on that particular object. But when you are transforming into that object, that is called meditation. Meditation means transformation completely. We use the word frequently, meditation, meditation. Meditation means transformation. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, if you are thinking about this particular object, you will become like that. If you are thinking about a stone, meditating on that means concentrating on that, you will become stone only. So why not concentrate on something or some object or some personality like Sri Ramachandra, and we remember all these good qualities? One day you will become Sri Rama. If you have noticed, at the time of the puja, they concentrate on that particular God, and they will be telling themselves in the mantra, I am that God, and then they will worship. So you have to transform. Concentration means putting whole soul and mind on particular object. Meditation means becoming, transforming that object. Thank you.
Akash Ravi is asking, what is the actual meaning of Brahma Satya Jagat Nitya?
It's a good question. But what about Ramchandra? But anyway, the Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, there's a Mithya means it is not there, but it is temporary. Yesterday only one of our Swami, he was giving that, he's a very good scholar, very high scholar, and he was giving this same answer. Brahma Satya, that means the truth. The Brahma means that consciousness, all-pervading consciousness, that is only remaining. But what about this Jagat? It is also there, but very temporary. That is why it is not Satya. That much. Suppose you go to a hotel, and that is also a building. It is also having a bedroom and keychain and all those places that you are having in the house, in your own house. And you go and sleep over there, you eat over there, you talk over there, mix your friends. But that is for temporary, 2-3 days, and you come away. So that is called Brahma. If you compare your house, own house, which is permanent with you, is the Brahman. And the same thing that you are having, but very temporarily, is the hotel, is the Jagat. Jagat means this universe. The same way, if you think the consciousness is the permanent, and my body, my mind, my family, my society, my country, everything is so temporary. So this is Mithya. Mithya means temporary. Thank you.
So she has a two-part question. I am in a state that I have no attachment to any person. It is my mother, father, husband, sister. In this condition, I cannot tolerate material things. I wish to leave and live a life of devotion of Shiva. I need strong feeling of renunciation. What should I do in this condition?
If you feel strong feeling of renunciation, you won't ask this question to me. And you will behave like me. I also felt the strong urge of renunciation and I left everyone. I became monk. So like that, when you are having a strong renunciation urge, you never think about it. All these thoughts never crosses. Because you know whatever will happen, but I am going to renounce. But know it for sure, the providence will take care of your parents, take care of your family, and no harm will happen to your family when you are not there. That is for sure. It has been tested. So many thousands of monks, they have left. They were only one son, only one child. But still, when he became the monk, his parents were all right. They were good, taken care and all that. So if you truly feel that great urge, then there should not be any hesitation to renounce. Thank you.
Vijay is asking, is it alright to stand for truth and doing the right thing in these days? Are we worried about getting into trouble?
Is it?
Is it okay to stand for truth and doing the right thing? Aren't people worried about getting themselves in trouble?
That is the challenging thing, that you must take care of yourself, because nowadays you have to understand that if you have the characteristic like the father of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he took the challenge, and that time the landlord who was there removed him from his own place, and he was on the street with whole family. But still he told, no, even if I die, I'm not going to tell the lies. That is a very strong mind, and that is the ideals. Try as best as possible, and I would say that don't take personal risk, because the society, they have that capacity, they will do, but whatever it is possible for you, then you do. If you have that leadership capacity, you know that I can take the challenge, take the challenge. If not, pray to God that all people are behaving like this, but I am weak, I won't be able to go and tell like this. God will take care of it. Don't worry. Remember, after all this thing that we see are temporary. Thing will change. Anything? Thank you friends, good questions, and thank you for coming over here. May Sri Ramachandra bless us. May we all become devoted to Sri Ramachandra and imbibe all those good qualities that we just discussed. Let us say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. Please repeat after me. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Please have some prasad before you leave.